Okay, so in this video, we'll look at a few things about searching using search engines. And many times when we search, we go to our browsers, of course, and then many times, 99 out of 100%, we go to Google. Now, you need to remember that most of our browsers come with Google installed as the default search engine. And so many times you won't even have to go to google.com. Just by typing a keyword in your address bar, you'll be finding it, as I'll be showing you. So let's say I want to find out something about media in Uganda. So I use those keywords and you can see that a number come up here, but I'll stick to what I want and it will take me to Google automatically, and I have all these options here. However, and this is good. However, you can have, sometimes you stand to gain more if you go to google.com itself, or the Uganda Google in this case. So many of these options here will be available there, but let's just go to google.com, as you can see here. And so it lands me here, which is a very familiar interface, I'm sure. So of course you have the different versions of Google in Luganda, Kiswahili, Kinyarwanda, Luo, and Renya-Kitara. You can experiment with them to see how it all comes out. But you have these options here: Google search and I'm feeling lucky. We'll concentrate on the search. Now the default thing is for us to key in a keyword. And so again, I can do media in Uganda. And then I have options that come up here, but I'll stick to that, and then it brings me to this page. So you'll find that what this does is to give me all the results that have media in Uganda. Okay, but I can choose to be more specific as is required sometimes. So for example, I can transform this into a phrase search by adding quotation marks. So once I add quotation marks, then that becomes a phrase. So that means that Google will search for the entire phrase. So there we are. Everything that has media in Uganda comes up. So you can see media in Uganda. So it's a phrase, and that is more useful, especially if you're looking for something very, very specific. So phrase searching is one of those things. Many times also, let me just remove the quotes. Yes, so you can also search directly for images. After keying in your keyword, you can click on images and it will bring you here. So Google images about media in Uganda are these. You can also choose to go to news. If you want news about media in Uganda, there you go. You can choose to do videos. You can do maps, but most of the time we are at all. That seems to be the default settings. And we have more. You can do books, finance, and many other things. But we also have tools over here. Now the tools will allow you to narrow your search even further. You can choose the time, and then you can choose the words, the results that you want, whether verbatim or all the results. So it's really up to you. So that's one way to go about it. Of course, the other way is to do the advanced search by clicking on this settings tool and then click on advanced search. So here you're asked to be very specific in what you want to find. So as you can see, all these words, since I don't have any quotes, or I can choose to have an exact phrase. So you can see it also on the right here, it shows you what that means. So put exact words in quotes. That is the phrase. Any of these words, and this is where your Boolean searching comes in as well. So if you say or between all the words you want, then any of these words will show up in your search engine. none of these words. So you're eliminating certain words from your search engine by adding a minus sign just before the word. So let's say you want to search for media in Uganda. Let me get this here. Okay, let's say, okay, media in Uganda, but I don't want monitor. Okay, so I'm eliminating monitor, and then you can also choose numbers if you want, and you can also choose language. We have several. We'll stick to English. The region, if you're interested in changing the region, last update, you can also change that. And again, on the right here, it gives you a bit of understanding of what each of these options means. So you can choose to search for a domain as well. That is important. Sometimes you want a specific domain, but you're not sure of. So search one site, for example, newvision.co.ug, or you can just stick to the domain and say, I want my results to be .go, okay, let's say .ug, which is the Uganda domain. Terms appearing anywhere in the page, whether in the web address or the links or the whole page. Then of course here, explicit results. If you want to eliminate these, you hide them. And then you can also choose the file type. Okay, here you can see that you can limit your search to PDF, Adobe PostScript, the KMLs if you're working with Google Earth, Microsoft Excel, and so on. So yeah, depending on what you're looking for. So let's say any format really. And then usage rights is also important because sometimes you're looking for material that has a Creative Commons license. So free to use or share, even commercially, free to use, share or modify, free to use, share or modify, even commercially. So you choose the one you want. So I can say free to use or share, and then I'll click here. And so these are my results, okay? Kampala Capital City Authority comes in, media monitor is not there. You can see. So that is one way, that is an advanced way of searching using Google, and you can apply this to other search engines just in case you're interested. And so yeah, I thought I would take you through Google so that you find ways if you haven't already, you can learn more about how to gain more out of Google. I hope you found this video helpful.